We are here. We are live. I'm just taking some time to make sure that this is balanced correctly so I'm not sideways for you. I want to make sure that I'm horizontal. Yeah, so we can go ahead and do it like this. Yeah, maybe a little bit further, as long as the phone doesn't collapse and fall over on us. We got two people here. Yay. Let's bring that chat up here real quick. Top chat. Nothing yet. Yep, just go ahead and shout it out in the chat when you show up here. I'm still getting ready. Today's we've got there it is, Michael P. Fantastic. We have we don't have a lot to get through today, just because we had the wild goose chase going on. Plus, we've got the phases of the giveaways. We're still looking for more people on the magic giveaway. But today we absolutely are going to do the phase 2 giveaway, so I'm going to have to bring that up on the computer. So that might take a second. But it's all sorts of good fun. If you saw my post that I put up, Card Mechanic has a video coming out for his brand new deck of cards. The information on it, it's going to be pre-order is available on February 5th. So go ahead after we're done here. I'm gonna wrap up before 12. That way we have plenty of time to get over there to check out that video. I don't know if it's alive. Canis Lupus. I know, I'm so excited. It's so amazing. I love it. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Just because I told you before, I let you know before that we what am I doing here? That's top chat, live chat. There we go. Okay. So before I put the super chats on there. Are we live? Are we not live? I got the little button that says we're live. Oh, the Canis Lupus. I got you. Yeah, I think it's just a quick little video. He's got the timestamps already in there, so everything's just pretty much planned out and separated for easy. Why is this tilted? I want to be in frame for you guys. My big head, though. There you go. So this idea that I have here for these glasses, just to talk a little bit about that magic theory as people trickle in here, is I saw this on Penn and Teller, the guy that had he did the book thing, but he had the glasses that didn't have lenses in it. So personally, for my personality, this kind of just works. Plus, these kind of look like the Chris Ramsey vibe. Like he wore these kind of glasses when he did. I'm sure when he performed, he had it and stuff. But when he did his videos for like the awkward Chris moments, that was fantastic. Just so funny, so hilarious, and that's kind of how I see my personas, because I like tricks that make me look bad. They make me, so like you go to do the trick and then all of a sudden you look down and you're like, oh man, what happened? The mistaken card. You're like, oh no, there's something wrong here. And then you're like, oh, but I know how to fix it. You have the magic touch, or you have, give the audience the power to make it right. That way the moment is a little bit more special for them, and it's not me doing the magic, but them. So I do enjoy tricks like that. Keep my hands up here. We are working on this setup. It's a process thing for everybody. So what we do have on the menu today is we have the wild goose chase, and we've got two people on right now. A third person did join and then they left, or maybe it's just fluctuating, I don't know. But for later reference, it's just so that we know, the wild goose chase, it developed into, we had some pretty solid players. I think we've got 4 or 5 people, and it's still going on. I originally said 24 hours, but then I thought about it. It took 24 hours just to find, just to go through the whole thing, because of work schedule and people being on the different side of the planet, all that different stuff. So we want to make sure that everybody has a chance. We're not gonna wrap this up yet, because it is a half brick. So we want to bring enough people in, give them enough time to look at it, and we want to make sure, because I did reach out to some people to see if they would be interested in promoting it and just kind of going or participating. So once I hear back from them, we'll be able to have a little bit more of an idea of when we can close that out. But just to go into a little bit more detail about that, the other reason why we're going to extend it a little bit is because it is a half brick box. So you are going to get the box itself. Plus you're going to get the 2 packs of cards that are in here. Plus David and I are working on some other options for cards that can go in there. Now we're not going to give you these cards. The carbons just came out. I'm pretty sure they were just released this month, if not in December, just like the slow hands were. So these are brand new. So these are great already by themselves, but we are going to include a couple of other hot topic things, and we're probably, you know, we might include just some plain old bicycles for you guys to practice with, and of course we might include, if that's the one, that's not the one, we might include some no drama llamas for you. I know they're only $1 deck of cards, but they feel great. So, and you know, they're $1, but they're fun. So that might be in the box too. But the way that's gonna work is whoever's the winner at the end of everything, I'm gonna do a private chat with them, and we're gonna figure out what to put in the box, and then I'll send it out. So it's going to be a collab between the two of us as to they're going to build their own brick based on what I have, and then some of the stuff that David's offering up. So there's even more to this giveaway. So speaking of giveaways, I'm sad because UPS, the mail service, just a little funny joke there. We ordered a brick box, the variety pack of Theory 11, and it was supposed to show up on Friday. I was hoping it got delayed and it would be here today, and then they sent me a message last night, like I don't even know what time, and they're like, hey, yeah, just check back with us on the 1st. We might have it then. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm guessing it's delayed. I mean, maybe it's outside right now. I doubt it, but you know, I'm here. So if they gave me a notification, I'd go grab it. Either way, so that's a Theory 11 box with 12 decks that I'm gonna open. I was gonna open it on a live and show you all the cards and stuff. Half of it's for David, half of it's for me. And as I said before, and I will be doing the video once I get the cards. It's going to be the Phase 4 giveaway. Is the Love Me cards from Theory 11 for Valentine's Day. That's going to be the Phase 4 giveaway. It's only going to be 2 winners for those decks of cards. So, and then we might even there might be some other stuff going on with that, because I will link the video for Josh Morbito, because he did a routine with it, so you guys can have an idea of what you can do with that, which is fantastic. So we're about 8 minutes in. I still have that big news for you guys for Phase 5, but I'm going to save that for a second. And we've got one person on. I'm pretty sure it's Michael P, because you're stalwart. Happy to have you here. So I did get a message from K Studio. He said that he got his cards today, I believe. So how's your package doing? Did you get it yet? I haven't heard from Wolf, so I'm not sure if he's gotten it. Not yet. Okay. So that's surprising. I mean, I guess it is how things are right now, that he got his package way over there, and they just couldn't push it up to you right there. I'm sure it'll come in. I could do the tracking on Wolf stuff to see if he got it. I haven't heard from him in a while. Yeah, I think what they explained at the post office was that even when a truck comes through, they only let so much quota off. So it's only so much a day. So it's just, there's all this stuff coming in, and it's funneled right down to just a small amount of stuff. So I do want to rearrange my studio, and I do want to do more like this. I've got the table that I do the reviews on, and I feel like if I do a setup, I know, right? That's like, that's pretty crazy. I mean, most of, like, you got to figure when, shipping that out, that means that package just kind of went, and it probably didn't have any delays. And then for yours, it's probably just been sitting somewhere for most of the time. So I guess like that's there's a little bit more movement going over to there, and maybe they just don't have as much in the way of protocol. I would guess. I'm not sure what like different governments and different uh, policies and stuff. They couldn't even say that at the post office just because there's just so much stuff going on. So as far as rearranging the office, I want to put the camera stand. See, I'm trying to figure it out because right now I'm using my phone. I still have the camera. I've got to get some new SD cards. I got to get a new camera really. But I figured if I pull out the table and I rearrange some stuff, I might be able to get like maybe if I have the chair behind the table and I've got the camera behind the table and then I have my stand up against the wall. Hey Louie, I saw you on the live stream chat last week, but we didn't. I think maybe it was too late for you to actually be there. Oh wow. Whew. Yep. So that's definitely gonna affect the shipping. So glad to have you here, Louie. We're just talking a little bit about rearranging the studio space, so it's a little bit more appealing to you guys as I'm chatting with you. I think you're new to the channel. We do Magic Theory. We do giveaways right now because it's a big kickoff celebration, and yeah, that's what we're talking about. A lot of the stuff didn't come in yet that we wanted to do. I've got some packages coming in that was really going to be a big part of what we were doing today, but that was delayed as with the way things are. So I think. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do for you here. So I have been playing around with the carbons a lot more, and first, just not strangely, I mean they're beautiful cards. Just like I pointed out in the other video I did for you, they're just really smooth. And they look nice. They are one-way backs, but I'm okay with that, just because they're easily one way, like you can turn them around real quick. So I was practicing the twisting the aces, but we call it butter side up just for the fun of it, just because I don't like aces. So let's see what we can do for you here. We're gonna I think there would actually be a pretty good way to do this. I'm trying to work on like getting the routines down. So let's see if I can string some effects together. So why don't we do something like this? I've done this trick before, and we're gonna say this is gonna be a prediction effect. So as far as the aces, I mean they're nice looking cards, and a lot of people put time into them, but I think that's why. I think everybody does something with the aces. That's always like the go-to production, and I think I've seen a couple of people now that have just started to gravitate away from that, like with the court cards and stuff like that. I just like the fives. I think that's really what it comes down for me. Is I understand that it's the same thing, even with different cards, and it looks a little bit better with the aces, but at the end of the day, it's just really about, what kind of story can I tell with it. So for this trick, what I'm going to do is this is a prediction trick, so I'm going to go through the cards for you. Let's see here. Just gonna pick something. No, I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all. No. No, let's go back over here. See, I'm trying to pick something, but I don't like them. I just don't like them. That's the problem. It's so weird. It's what's so nice about the cards is that they really just have this look to them, where like when you're writing and then your hand gets smudged on the pencil marks. That is really what I see when I see these cards. So it just gives you that nice little feel. So I know I'm picking a lot. I'm picking a lot because I want to make sure that I can get the right ones. Let's see here. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. How do I want to do this? I'm not even sure if this is going to work the way that I want to do it, but we're going to try it out anyway. So now I've got all these cards sitting here, and oh, I need that one. Here we go. Okay, so now I've got 2 of them. So I picked out a bunch of cards, and I'm just going with these ones. So we're going to set these right here. Got a nice little stand right there. That's nice. So I've got the cards. Beautiful. So now for this trick, normally what we would do is I would have you deal them out. Obviously, since you're not here, we can't do that. So with the time delay, I'll go real slow, and I just start to peel them off the top. Hopefully without flashing. That's probably the good part. So as I peel them off the top, you just tell me stop whenever. There it is. Okay. Good deal. So now what we do with that one is we come in over here and make sure we got the right one here. So this is my first prediction, which is the 2. We are going to set that right here. No, that's not right. Sorry. We're going to go with the 9. That's going to be my first prediction right there. Okay. And then we're going to put that right there on top of the pile that you had me deal out. And then we're going to take this pile, we're going to drop it right on top. So even with that little bit of a mistake, it's still the same principle. So we're going to do the same thing again, where we're just going to start peeling them off the top, and then you just tell me when to stop. Good deal. So now we've got our 2 this time. And same thing, we're going to go ahead and put it right on top just like that. We do our magic gesture. We do our spring because we like to show off. All sorts of good stuff there. Now we'll go through the cards because this is the easiest way to do it. Just like so until we get to our first one right there. Okay. So you see my prediction card right there. We're going to set that right on here. Then we're going to keep going through here. Until we get to the second one. So there's my second prediction right there. So we'll put that right there. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and put the deck to the side over here. And now we have the reveal. So yes, so I made the prediction, you told me when to stop, and we found your matching card. Just like that. Fantastic. Now, let's try something a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and put the cards right in the center, just like that. Now, we've got your 9s right there on the bottom, just because 9s seem nice. So we're going to go ahead and cut the cards, just like that. And just like before, you found the 2 prediction cards. I predicted them, you found them. So we put your cards into the center by putting them on the bottom and then cutting them. Now, we will go through the cards here. And you can see that the 2 cards that I predicted and you found have now found the other 2. So now we have all 4 9s, just like so. Front and back, no funny business. Fantastic. So now we're going to pan down a little bit so we can show you something else here. And the reason why this was so easy to do is because these cards actually have, because of the way that the ink is on here, they actually have a different weight than the rest of the cards. That's why they found each other in the center. So we do have all 4 of these cards just like so. And with the ink, the way that it does like to flip over, okay? And so I'll manually show you what that looks like, just like so, okay? So we have the 9 of spades, just like that, goes down, okay? And just like I flipped over my hand, just like that, that's all it takes to flip over a card. But if you give it a little bit of a shake, you'll actually see that the card changes color because that ink just keeps moving around. So we don't like it when it does that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we can flip that right back over. Okay, because we got to try to balance out that ink. But of course, what happens? Those red ones stick to the black ones as they are rotating through the cards. And as you can see, that is the only one that is like that. Okay? That is the only one that is flipped over like that. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take your card right here, and we're going to stick the red and black together, just like we said, because they like to stick together. And what's that going to do for us? We give it a little bit of a shake, and as you see, since we put them together, they don't flip over. However, for this particular moment, there is one card that does have a little bit of heavier of ink. As you can see, it's all the heart. Just like all the heart that we have for each other. And there you have it. So we just blended those 2 tricks together by creating a moment. And the nice thing about doing a trick like that is it's all improv. You just slow down, give it a little bit of time. And the beautiful thing about these cards, that other cards I feel like they don't have, is this. As you're flipping the cards around and you're doing all of this, you're getting the same vibe with the design. And it works really well, especially when you're talking about ink, or maybe I could have used more like the pencil, the graphics and stuff like that. And of course, the nice thing about doing the trick like that is that you can pretty much make whatever punchline you want at the end, like I did with the hearts. Like, hearts are heavy, emotion is heavy, and that's why the ink is heavier with the hearts. It could have been any card, and I would have just made something up for any card. And that type of flow with Magic, to me, makes more sense, because I knew how to do the prediction effect, and I knew how to do the twisting the aces effect, but the thing in the middle, in order to make them work, it kind of just built on that same principle that, hey, we found those cards because those, the ink sticks together, but then the red ones stuck to the black ones, and it just kind of went together. So I'm actually kind of happy with how that went out. I didn't see a whole lot of flashes on my end, but I was kind of focusing on the cards. And that's another great thing about the cards. These cards here, and you're going to get them if you win the box, is that because they have that design on both sides, that even if you flash a little bit, you're still only getting a little bit of that, mark. So it kind of can throw you off a little bit. So I love the cards, because we talk about magic theory here on the channel. We talk about, as a beginner magician, how can we learn performance? How can we learn pattern? Because the effect is only 20% of what you do in Magic. It's only a small part. And I'll go on a little bit of a tangent because it was on the podcast for the Magic guys. And if you're not watching it yet, David, you're here, fantastic. Kim, you're here, fantastic. Absolutely. So they talked about people teaching magic on YouTube. And since I'm not a professional magician and I don't know all of the big stuff, me weighing in on it would be inappropriate, I feel like. But I do have an opinion, my 4 cents, if you will. And that is that I would try, as a YouTube content creator, to dissuade younger people from just doing tutorials on their channel and I would push them more into trying to figure out what it is that they want to do. If they want to do magic, great. But figure out who you are as a person and figure out what you want to bring to magic. And that is far more important. People will connect to you and your personality more than the effect of a card, because I got somebody that I've talked to that he's putting up tutorials, which is fine because it's his channel. He can do what he wants. But if you teach a trick on your channel, and this isn't attacking anybody, if you put a trick up on your channel and you teach people how to do it, they watch that video until they learn it, and then they have no reason to come back. But if you add value and you teach them performance and presence, they might come back and refer to that video. They might share it with other people. But typically, a person that learns a trick isn't going to teach that trick to somebody else because they want to maintain that mystery. Or they might just turn around and teach it on their channel. That's, and I don't want to do tutorials here. The only time I want to do a tutorial is if I created something, which most of the time when I do tricks, it's all improv. As to me, comedy I love outtakes, I love bloopers, I love lip syncing type of, when you're, watching movies and they do the, like, what lines did the actors provide from inspiration of just playing the character, and it worked. And those moments are really what that get me. So for comedic sake, I love improv and just being able to roll with the punches, because they've talked so many times about a magician that will pick up his cards and he'll say, and Alex Mantrea, he'll complain about this all day long. He hates this. Pick a card. Okay, nice spread there. I've been working on the spreading. But that's what they'll do. They'll just come up to you and say, pick a card. And that isn't as interesting as, say, coming up to somebody and say, hey, all you got to do is you can see the cards. You don't even have to say, hey, they're all different, because you're showing them that they're all different. So you've just eliminated unnecessary patter. And you can even say something like, just go ahead and point to any card. Great. You like the 6 of diamonds right here? Fantastic. So we're going to take the 6 of diamonds, and all we're going to do is we're just going to turn that right over, and I flashed. I apologize for that. But it jumps right to the top. And now you can go into an ambitious card routine because you've created a moment that eliminated that awkwardness, because they got to see the cards, they got to pick the card, and you created a different type of moment. And to me, that's a little bit better. Even, let's be honest, even I said I flashed and you saw something happening, but in the moment when you've got people around you, people might not have seen that. That might have just been the camera angle that I was at. So it's all those types of things, and that's what these videos really are for me. I don't want to teach people, but I also want to have positive feedback for what I could do differently on different tricks. Okay, so we're at half an hour here, so I've padded the runtime long enough. For you guys that are on, and for those of you who watch later, you're gonna find out this very important news. Okay, I'm very excited about this, just because he's such a great guy. Josh Norbito. This is the official announcement for Phase 5, the giveaway. We're not handing anything out. We're not sending anything out. What we are doing is we are sending you a personal Zoom link to I think it's going to be about a 20-minute magic show that Josh Norbito is putting together for his Zoom performances. So, absolutely. So this is going to be tremendous. It's going to be exciting. And we're going to announce it at the end of February on the Saturday live stream. And then once we figure out who the winners are, after that point, we'll get in touch with Josh and we'll figure out what the best times for everybody are, because I know we have people on the channel that are in different time zones. He's in Australia. We are over here. I think for everybody that's on here, we're actually in the same time zone, so that's pretty good. But we do have somebody that was out in Oregon. We do have somebody that's in Sri Lanka. We got people all over the place. So I'm not sure who else is on. I'm not sure if Louis stuck around, just because I haven't seen him in the chat there. So this is fantastic news. I'm super excited about it. As far as whether or not I want to do an actual video for the announcement, so yeah, I don't have any plans of doing like an actual collaboration with them yet, but I did send them the message about the wild goose chase. So I know it takes a while for them to get back because I sent them a short story. So just because we do chat back and forth from time to time, so and which is very exciting to me, and it's actually such a new thing for me that to have this type of connectivity with other content creators, one that I watch on the regular, but actually to have a conversation with them, it's just such an amazing thing. That's why when I bought this half brick, Luke Wadey commented, and that to me is very important to when you're interacting with people. And so obviously I wanted to make sure that they were going to get compensation, not because he was doing it to make extra money, but because of the connection, and that's what's important. So, and then now obviously I can share this with you guys. Now, it's not because I don't like the artwork of the brick box. That's not really the issue. It's that I feel like this is something that you guys can really benefit from, and getting a half brick. Absolutely. I mean, it's just constantly like I leave comments every day. This week's been a little bit busy with putting together the wild goose chase, and at work, there's been a couple of days that I didn't get home until the one day was like 11 o'clock because I was 2 hours away from home. So obviously day life. That's why I do my videos the way that I do them, just simply because it's easier. And just like Jason found out, when you're uploading every single day, you're on the grind, you're doing your day job, you're trying to manage your home life, and you're doing videos. And the type of videos that he wants to do, he was realizing that he couldn't have both. So he couldn't do the quality and the quantity, and eventually you just have to take a step back and reevaluate what you want to be doing. That way you can provide the best possible thing. So earlier I had started talking about how I should rearrange my office. I mean, I've got pink walls, but I was looking into getting some posters, and David was he was looking at picking up some some uncut sheets of cards, right? So that could go nicely right on the wall here. Had to bring it up. So let's see, what else do we want to do here? I don't really have... I showed you this before, but I do have the bandana. I bought these ones. I guess that they just were there. But I thought they'd be cool for doing magic with. And I have yet to actually do any... Well, actually, to be honest, the reason why I bought it was... just sitting right on top of it. Was for the Tenyai ball. Tenyo, not Tenkai. The Tenyo ball that I still have to put together a video on. I still have to review it, but in order to do the trick, it required a handkerchief, and I don't have one. So I went and bought a bandana that I thought would be nice and flashy for you guys to use for that trick. So, for the reveal... Yeah, it was a good time, and we went over. He was, yeah, I don't think I mentioned. Yeah, I said that he wants to, that he's got some stuff that he wants to put into it, but I think we're gonna wait until that comes in before we make that announcement, because just like with the Theory 11 stuff and how mailing goes. He might find out in a day or two that they don't actually offer it on the website. So I'm just picking. I keep targeting him. Sorry, David. he's having some interesting issues. Let's see if I can do something here real quick. So obviously we've seen this before. So for this particular trick, we've got this here, so why don't we go ahead and we're going to give you this card, just like so, okay? So we're going to have you hold on to that, and what's really nice about that is that we just showed you the graphite, and this is the pressure, right? So when we put pressure, put all that pressure right on that card, you'll actually see that it turns into a diamond when you open it up. Yeah. Why not? When you got gaff cards, use them. So they're a fun little thing there. I like them, but I feel like if you did that in like I just did, just using those three, like you just walk up to a table and just have these, because I wouldn't use these jokers as much like as part of the routine. So I would use this as like a production, and I think that would work really nice as just a little. If you're roving and you just want to, like, you're just doing one or two tricks just to kind of get people, just to have like some small talk, this would be really nice for that, because it fits right in the hand, and you could actually probably get away with, like, if you did it right, you might be able to convince them that there's only one card, but I don't know if I have the the skill set to do that. Well, maybe if I can do it right. So basically, you're like, okay, so when you got the graphite and you put your hand over it, basically you're just closing your hand. So let me show you what that looks like. So that's what it looks like when you close your hand, and then let's see here, and then of course don't want to go out of frame. So now my hand is closed, right? And with all that pressure that's on that card, it actually turns into a diamond. So you could almost do like a little bit of a coin routine, and that's another thing that Jason said that's fantastic. And I love doing it with the gaff cards like that, because I'm not giving anything away. That's just built into the deck. So it's just a couple of ideas that you can do. But he said you got to practice your coin stuff, which I have a coin on me every day, and I try to practice different stuff. And I was doing this, and I found out that makes me look dumb. Doesn't make everybody look bad, but for me, it just didn't look right. So what I actually figured out was a little bit better is just to slow it down a little bit, curl up those fingers, and then you just kind of look at it and you say, if you hold on to it long enough, it actually gets a little bit lighter. See that? It just gets a little bit lighter. And I like that motion of just kind of pretending to throw it and it's gone. So I like that one a little bit more than the blowing one. So I'm practicing the production of making it reappear, or vanish rather. And doing that with the cards is really nice, because you could do like color change, like not color change, but like an Ert and Ace or something, and then double lifts and all that fancy stuff that people know about, that they don't know what I was doing there. And then the palming thing, I think it was I signed up for Murphy's Magic, so they were doing something like this. So it's like you gotta grab that card just like so, right? And then so obviously I've got the 3 cards right there, and you just grab that card just like so, and then yeah, I mean, it's kind of like melt away paper. So that was one of the tricks that they were teaching, was how to palm vanish a card, which they're very simple tricks, like the and then of course I could just always just make that reappear. I gotta get a little bit smoother at it, but that's the stuff that they're teaching, just very basic stuff that I don't even know if I have something here. Let's see here. So why don't we get started here real quick? We're gonna just to kind of show you an idea what they were talking about. So let's get started here real quick. I do need a magical implement, so why don't we go ahead and just make this reappear, or not reappear, but appear. So he did a little bit of stuff with straws and stuff like that. Simple stuff. He was talking about if you're a waiter and you've got straws and pens, you got to write your check up, right? So you're like, oh man, I need a pen, right? And all of a sudden you have one because you just reached, you got a pen. And then you're like, okay, well, make it vanish or something. Or you hand it to them, and then you're like, what do I do with my pen? Even though you just hand it to them, you're like, oh, where'd that go, right? Oh, I got another one right here. And then obviously they're like, oh, we'll do it again. And then you're like, oh, you need a straw? Here you go. So it's a nice little production that really works the hands and really gets you familiar with that kind of stuff. So before I get too crazy here, what time is it? 11:40, yeah, because we started. It's 40 minutes in. Okay, so I feel like we did a lot of great stuff here. We did some announcements. I did some card tricks. I feel pretty good about it. Actually, when I was over at David's, could have probably filmed some of that, but he's got a little one over there too, and I performed trick after trick after trick for her just to kind of get some, just do some performance. And they weren't strung together like I did earlier, but they don't really have to be. There's just a little bit of a segue of, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and what works and what doesn't work, depending on your audience. So I did a little bit of performance there. I'm trying to get a little bit better because we are performing every month on the Magic Guys. If you got to check out the podcast. If you're not, it's only, I think, $10 a month, 10 or 5. I think it's 10. And it gets you a free Magic Zoom every month with the Magic Guys, plus a couple of people that are on the channel there, the patrons. And it's just a great time if you want to get involved with magicians. And obviously we got 3 people. I keep calling out to the number of people we have on here. Thank you so much for you guys for being here. And for you guys that are watching later, hopefully you check these guys out because they need it. They need more people watching. I have tried it, but my timing on it isn't so good because I think, I guess the problem my brain has is that it wants to wants to imagine that it's actually happening. So I don't know. Let me try it here. So it's so the one thing you don't ever want to do with the Sharpie is you don't ever want to go oh, and then see, I don't practice enough. I don't know if it's because I don't like it or because I can't do it, but I'm not really into it, I guess. Maybe let me try it again. Let's see if you have any pointers. It did flash a little bit on the end here, but let's see. So it goes in like so. Got to get the right angle. There we go. It might be a little bit better like this. So it goes in like this and then comes out. That's a little bit better. A little bit of flow going with it. So what do you guys think? What's the consensus? Does it look good for me? I almost feel like going like this would be a little bit better. Goes in the ear, comes out the mouth. I know some people that do it, they do really, really well at it, and it just kind of it really looks like they're doing it. So you can put it in your eyeball. See if I can get it in my eyeball. Oh man, but it comes right out the ear. I don't know, it's just good stuff. So what are we doing here? Okay, so yeah. I think what I've said before is this one I like. I like the idea of this one, but it's see, how do I want to do this? Let's see. It's I like the idea of that one, but just as Kim pointed out, my little one, the one that you met the other day when we were doing the opening of that, obviously we tell her all the time, don't put stuff in your mouth. So anytime that I practice with the sponge balls or anything, sponge ball mouth, she's like, get that out of your mouth. So I can't do those tricks for them because I'm the guy that tells them to not put stuff in their mouth. So it doesn't work out. So there's that. But another thing is this. If you're familiar with the channel, if you've gone back and watched any of the other stuff, I did have my other daughter, Lydia, my older daughter. She does videos with me from time to time. I had some LOL surprise stuff last year, a couple of those, things like that. So we're going to start doing Sunday videos with Lydia. just so that we can have a little bit more time together. Like I mentioned before, I might start including the kids just so that I can spend this time with them as well. And so Sunday is going to be dedicated to a Lydia style video, which might be where the younger kid toys come in, because that's the stuff that she plays with. And really, as far as the scope of the whole channel, it's really just we're trying to we're just trying to have people have a good time. That's what we're looking for. We got 4 people on. Oh, we got 3. I was excited for a second there, but they left. So. But either way, it's 45 minutes in. We did a fairly good job. I don't have anything else for you. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? Did I miss anything in the chat? I'm just double checking here. We do have I think I was mentioning it before. So I did add the super chat thing. Not that I'm telling you, like, not that I want money from you guys, but I want to make. Is it down there? Is it active? Because I can't see it on my side. I don't think. Let me see here. I just want to make sure that if it's supposed to be there, that it is there. I'm actually kind of excited because I have been chatting with Scotty P. We got Michael P. Got Scotty P. Fantastic group of guys. He's putting together a playlist of magic on his channel. Fantastic effects. Absolutely love him. So if you're not checking out Scotty P, he's fantastic. A brick of cards. You want to talk about a brick of cards? Or what about a brick of cards? I don't know. Now this is the Q&A section. Now we're just talking. Now we're just watching the chat. So if you guys want to talk about stuff, I've been talking for a while. If you want to. Oh, yes. Yep. Just because we did it at the beginning, let's mention it now. Wild Goose Chase event is on the channel. It originally was going to be a 24-hour event just so everybody had a chance to get involved in it. But because so many people live so many different places, I got to make sure that enough people have time to get involved in it. And if you do need help, reach out to me either on Instagram or Facebook or here on YouTube. We'll private message. That way we're not giving anything away. You can win a half brick. We're talking half brick of diamond and graphite carbon cards, and we will also build more cards into it. He told you to type it. So we will give you 4 other cards as well, and we'll ship it out to you. And this is going to be our big. This is basically, I was doing appreciation giveaways. This is going to take the place of that. So we're going to really get everybody involved outside of the live stream doing the Wild Goose Chase. And I want you guys to be involved in that. Go check out that video that I put up about it. Start following the clues. And then once you think you have all the clues, private message me. One of the... I won't give anything away yet. When everything is done, we'll talk about the process of the hunt. Because... there were a lot of I won't get into it. For you guys that know who have done it, there's probably some things that's good, and we'll talk privately. But fantastic stuff. We're almost at 50 minutes here. Wild Goose Chase event. I appreciate you saying that. It evolved from like a simple thing. And I love that. And Josh Norbito gave me the inspiration to move forward with it because I had wanted to do something similar because I had mentioned like the Easter eggs that I put into my videos, like the word of the day or funny little clips, or I'd write something random in the description, things like that. But the problem is that I did it so sporadically that I don't even remember them. So for you guys going back to watch my videos, you'll just randomly see stuff in there that kind of adds a little bit of element to it, and I have no idea because I've completely forgot about them. So for basically what we're doing here, it's good stuff. It's a lot of fun. Multi-channel. I'm not giving anything away by saying that because that's what's happening. I've already done the announcement for it. So really happy that you guys are here. I'm hoping that anybody who's watching this, I'm trying to put together a introductory video to the channel, because when you come to YouTube, the YouTube will separate you between two different people. One is if you've been to my channel before, it'll show you a specific video that I push. And then if you haven't been to my channel, it'll show you a new video. So what I'm trying to do is put together that video so that everybody can have like a something to see when they come here. I want the new I want the video that I'm pushing the old viewers to be the new video. That way you guys are just staying right up with everything. But I want the introductory video to make sure that we explain what we're doing here on the channel so that people know what they're getting into. We're still doing toy reviews, but we're just doing cards and Magic because everybody loves Magic, except for people who don't. And that's fine. I don't know. That's all good. As Jason would say, I am currently the best magician in a 10-foot radius, so I'm happy about that. I'm gonna get an award and put it right on my wall somewhere. That way you guys can know I am the best magician in a 10-foot radius. I think he should t-shirt that. That's definitely something that should be on a t-shirt. Oh, that's actually another question I want to ask you guys. For you guys traveling around the interwebs, YouTube, things like that, Michael P, you're everywhere. So I'm looking into, because now that I'm facing the camera, I like dressing like this. I like having suits. I got little slacks on. I've got blazers and stuff like that. But it's winter outside, and that's great for this time of year. And we might do some videos outside just so that, you know, for other people who don't get to see snow all the time, they'll be able to see the snow, because we have it, so they should have it too, right? What clothes should I look at getting for the channel? Like, I've been looking at, obviously, as soon as the merch drops for the Magic guys, I will have the cup in hand. As soon as the mail can get it here, I'm going to have it. The liquid fluid, if I can pronounce it properly. I'm also looking at probably getting one of Doug Kahn's Eat, Sleep, Magiche shirts. So I do want that as well. But what other suggestions do you have that you think would be nice for the channel? If you've seen it and it's something that you think I'd like, just taking suggestions. I also do Amazon associate program. I link stuff. 3-piece suit and top hat, white gloves. Yes. If I do that, I actually had this idea for Halloween that I still haven't built the costume. Is a leprechaun, but like more of a steampunk leprechaun type of thing, like some more of that like rustic vibe, high Victorian. The thing with leprechauns though is that in mythology, which I read a lot about mythology and stuff, the green suited leprechaun is actually the marketed version of it. The original leprechaun wore red. So my idea was to go out dressed as a leprechaun, dressed in high Victorian red, you know, just very like matte red, maybe even like closer to blood red, and just have, I don't know if I'd have wooden clogs, but I'd have the shoes, but I would have like the shoe cleaning kit, all that stuff. I started building this idea when I was working at the shoe department, and I haven't ever put it together. But I thought that'd be cool, just to have that type of costume, and have the top hat and stuff like that. That could be fun, you know, going out and perform Magic. So it's something like that. But as far as just performing Magic in general, like, I think like Jason and Josh, they're just those types of, they're not street performers, but like Jason is, but like Josh says, he's slowly trying to get his attire to move towards being more of his casual stuff. But he's still got the business casual look, which I think looks pretty decent. So it all kind of works out as long as you're comfortable. But when you're doing corporate, they might expect a certain thing, which is fine. So it's all about finding your niche. Just like when you're on YouTube doing videos, you got to find your niche. When you're doing Magic, you got to find your thing. What was his name? I'm trying to think. I've been trying to think for half the live here. I'm trying to think of the guy that he's been on Penn and Teller. I've watched his keynote. He's the his persona is the flat Affleck. Like, he's just like on Penn and Teller. He made the he just did the simple like force card trick, and he made the noodles appear or something, like rice or something, beans, lentils. He made the lentils appear. But I've watched his other performances and stuff, and he just has this very, like, he doesn't smile, he's just all flat and stuff. I'm trying to remember his name. If you know what it is, comment down below. But yeah, he has his path ahead of him. I mean, he's brilliant. He's figured it out. People will love that. And I feel like the older he gets, it will get better. And I think that's something that he's figured out. So just like with a lot of other magicians, once you figure out what it is that you're good at, or not just magicians, but in general, then I feel like you can definitely build on that and just get better over time. So let's reiterate everything we've got going on here today. If, obviously this is the end of the live stream. Thank you guys for being here. Wild Goose Chase. That is happening. Oh, do you guys want me to do the giveaway for the phase 2, or do you want me to just do it off camera and then announce the winners since we've got 3 people on? It's up to you guys. We got that giveaway. I've got to send that out, but we got to get more people invested with the magic giveaway because we want the magic giveaway to be done next week if possible, and then we got to get, because the following couple of weeks is going to be once I get the Theory 11 cards, the Love Me cards, I'll be able to send that. Yeah, off camera sounds good. Even if not, like, maybe off camera, but maybe I'll just do a separate video where I just show me announcing phase 2. Would be a little bit better now because we've got to head over to Card Mechanic. I'm not missing that, even though I know it's not live and I can watch it. I've already pretty much mentally put the funds aside to get the brick for that. For that in particular. So I'm super excited about the Canis Lupus cards. They are going to be, to me, just from what I've seen of them, I mean, I carry the slow hands. They're over there in my pocket pile. When I get home, I take everything out. It's over there. I've got to rearrange the studio, but we've got giveaways going on. We've got the Wild Goose Chase going on. I'm gonna keep reaching out to other channels, not like commenting on their stuff. I know I gotta get more SEO going. SEO, search engine optimization. That's what thumbnails, titles, tags, the algorithm, all that stuff. They pull all that stuff together. So I've really got to make sure that I stay up on that stuff. And yeah, so we're at 58 minutes. Fantastic. I mean, I feel like even though I didn't have a whole lot of stuff happening for this particular live stream, we still managed to pad the runtime. I don't know why I use that joke. I just think it's funny. Pad the runtime. Just like Josh does during his performances. After he's got a spectator helping him, he'll be like, "I'll pay you later." That's just so hilarious. Just because you're like, he's making a joke about something that other people would pick fun at, I guess, is what he's. But it's hilarious. I love it. I love all of his stuff. So. I see we got another 4th person chimed in. If you're in the chat, just go ahead and drop a comment so I know who you are. I can't see the list of people who are here. I just want to make sure that we're all accounted for. And I want to make sure that you didn't miss anything. If you had any questions while I'm here, I can answer those questions for you. So we've got Michael P., we've got David, and we've got Kim, and we got number 4. And I'm seeing 0 likes on the live stream. Yeah, I can see that right there. I see you guys. I got 4 people on. 0 likes. If you like what we do here on the channel, you gotta do the thumbs up. Just as a heads up for you, if you like and comment stuff, Facebook will push that stuff up. So that's that you gotta. Oh, and we got 1. We got 1. Can we get 2? Can we get 2? We got 4 people on, so we should be at least able to get 6. I'm just kidding. Here's what I've been telling people. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, click the like button. If you don't like what we do on the channel, click the dislike button and send me to your enemy. That way they can watch my stuff too. That's what I like. Get more people. Oh, we lost number 4. We keep getting number 4 and then they keep losing. So my goal here on this is I've got 1 person liking it out of the 3 people that are on. Can we get 3 likes? in 15 seconds. Because I got to jump over. There's 2. We got 2. I'm getting excited. Getting excited. Here we got 5 seconds. Can we get 3? Can we get 3? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we didn't get 3. Oh. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. We'll see you next time. Happy hunting.